So you may have saw some of my past videos where I spoke about living with my in-laws and how to deal with living with your in-laws, how to get through your relationship while living with your in-laws. And I also posted some vlogs of my family a couple years back. Well, I have not been on YouTube. I've been on TikTok lately. I feel like this was confirmation from the universe because someone recently posted one of my old videos that they wanted to know an update on like how things been going in my marriage with me and my husband and things like that. And I've been thinking about getting back into the space of YouTube to share more of myself and my story in a different way. So the update is that me and my husband are no longer together. We have been separated now for almost 5 months. And this is the longest that we've actually been completely separated. I mean, no contact. We do not speak at all. We text only when it comes to the girls, and that's literally it. We have 2 girls together. I started sharing my story of being in a very emotionally and mentally abusive relationship for 18 years on TikTok after my husband and I separated. There are so many people on there that could relate to my story, both women and men. And I thought to myself, like, it will only make sense to bring it to this platform. In the beginning, I don't think I was ready to really speak about this just because of the fact that I didn't really understand how to share my story. I didn't really know how people would take it. And it's not so easy to share certain parts of yourself, but I'm a person who heals through sharing my story. I heal by helping other people and by sharing what I've been through and seeing that other people have been through it too, and knowing that I've helped other people, like, that is so rewarding to me. So I feel like sharing my story and coming out as, I don't really like to use the word victim, and I also don't like to use the word survivor. I don't know why I don't like to use the word survivor, but I guess you can say that if you want to. The mental abuse that you go through when you're in a narcissistic relationship is just, you can't really describe it in words. You have to really experience it, and it's not something I will ever wish on my worst enemy, to be honest with you. We were together for 18 years and married for 13 years, and even though we did have some good moments, those moments were just moments. It was never consistent. My relationship was, my dog, she's in a playful mood. Come here, Ruby. It was a lot to go through because my mom passed away in March of 2022, and it was the most difficult thing I've ever been through in my entire life. And during that time, my relationship was at its complete worst. And that was how I started sharing my story, because I thought to myself, to go through something like this has to be something other people could relate to. And it's hard to go through something and feel like no one's going to relate. It's hard to go through something and feel like you're going crazy, like you're the only one. And that's what these type of relationships do to people. And even though, yeah, there's a lot of people who walk around and talk about narcissism, this, and they toss the word around, I think that the thing is that people abuse the word. It's not necessarily just that they overuse it, but they just abuse the word, because a lot of people don't understand what narcissism really is. They don't really understand the true definition of the term narcissist. They don't understand what narcissistic abuse really feels like. People don't do their research, which I don't understand, because we got Google, so how do you not try at least do research? I started doing research on narcissism in 2020, and that was when I really learned about it, and then I paid attention to a lot of things, and I got a lot of confirmation, but I was still in denial about it, because I thought, like, no, this can't be him. This can't be him. It has to be me. It has to be me. I was in complete denial about it. And once I really realized, like, no, this is actually my situation, everything that I'm reading, everything I'm learning, the videos I'm watching from psychologists, experts in the field, it's all making sense to me. Like, it literally adds up. It's all me. It's the same thing. And that was big confirmation for me. I'm looking forward to this healing journey. I'm looking forward to healing out loud. I'm looking forward to seeing what this becomes. seeing that other people are out there that are going through this for real. And even if the person is not a diagnosed narcissist, toxic is toxic, it doesn't matter. And if a person is not willing to change, if they're not willing to get help, if they're not willing to self-reflect, if they're not willing to hear you out and to respect your boundaries, your emotions, your feelings, your heart, and your emotional safety, there's nothing to talk about at that point. That person's just not worth you trying to be with, you trying to love, you trying to try as hard as you can. It's not worth it, because it does take a toll on you mentally and physically to be in such an abusive, toxic relationship. It's about this other person having to see what they're doing to you. If you yourself know that you've already talked to a person and you've said, I'm willing to work on me, but this other person is still not working on them, you have every right not to want to be in this relationship. You have every right not to want to stick it out, not to want to try anymore. You have every right. Well, if you want to check out my TikTok, you can go check it out. You can also follow me on Instagram. And if you've been through the same thing, let me know in the comments. I always love to hear different perspectives. I love to hear other people's stories. It helps me too.